Hey, everybody. Thank you for joining in today and watching this. We are going to be hitting the highlights, the key points on building and growing a team with eXp Realty and what makes it so different. I get questions all the time here in my local market and all over the country now about why are all of these teams coming over to eXp Realty. I'm going to give you the highlights. Okay. So I'm going to talk first about a team member. I've coached and managed realtors and teams for many of my 26 years in the business here in Charleston, South Carolina. And one of the frustrations that has always been there, has never changed, is retention, right? You work hard to find the best talent. You need someone that needs some training. Usually that's one of the reasons they want to be on your team. You provide them with training. You give blood, sweat, and tears to help them grow and develop. And then what happens? I guarantee you, many of you are saying it out loud right now. They leave you. They get the gist of it. They learn the basics and off they go to fly off on their own. What do you have to show for all of that hard work when it's all said and done? Not much, right? Other than income that you've earned from them while they were there. It's no different than being an independent agent in this business and going from transaction to transaction to transaction to transaction. You're only as good as your next transaction. eXp Realty is the first ever company to take it beyond the next transaction. So let's look at it from a team member. They want to learn, they want to grow. They know they're not usually getting their name and their brand out there. They're kind of sacrificing that and using yours, which is great, which is fine. But eventually they're ready to branch off and do their own thing. What benefits have you been able to offer your team members at your current company? I don't even, there's no company that can compare. So it doesn't matter if you're at an independent brokerage or Century 21, Remax, Coldwell Banker, Keller Williams, any of those, I guarantee you, are not going to compare to the benefits that we offer you and your team members here. So retention, I want to talk about that obstacle for a minute. Every agent that joins this company, whether they are a team member or a team leader, has the same opportunity. And that's one of the most beautiful things about this. Every agent becomes a shareholder from the minute they have their first transaction, okay? So you're awarded stock shares in eXp World Holdings, which is our global holding company. If you have not heard about us during the COVID pandemic, you might be living under a rock, I'm just saying, but we have gotten a ton of international attention, CSNBC News, you name it. Glenn Sanford, our founder, has been featured on many of the news stories because we truly are the first company that is publicly traded on NASDAQ to offer their agents stock shares for their production. So if you were to say to an agent that's coming to interview you to join your team, hey, here's what I can do different for you than the John Smith down the street that has a great team, or the Joe Schmo on this other side of the street that has a great team. With my team, you earn stock in this globally traded company that you can then start a saving for your future, right? Start some kind of retirement plan. Use it to pay taxes, whatever you need. Every agent with this company, including you as a team leader and your team members, can also choose to contribute 5% of their gross commission income from each closing, or you can do some and not others, toward purchasing EXPI stock at a 10% discount. So then again, another way to add to your savings. When I first came on board with this company 3 years ago, our stock shares were at $3.49 a share, exactly 3 years ago right now. Today, we just hit over $50 a share. It's incredible. I'm not going to hit on every highlight of the company today, but team leaders, I'm just talking to you right now. So retention. The second way we help you with retention is every single agent in the company, once again, has the same opportunity to share in the revenue that the company earns. Okay. So everyone in this company is on an 80-20% split, 80-20 split. 20% goes to eXp Realty up until that 20% equals 16,000. So once an agent caps at 16,000, and for team members, we offer a half cap. So once the team member caps at 8,000, then they're at 100% the rest of the year. It's amazing. Our fees are super, super low. So for splits and fees, you can't beat it. So that's one thing you have to offer team members. But this revenue share thing is revolutionary. Keller Williams has become the #1 company in the world. Part of that reason was because they incorporated profit sharing. But let me differentiate really quick the huge difference with this. Profit sharing, and I was with KW for 7 years. And I think I had 9 people in my first level. We do the same level tiering that they do for profit sharing, but ours, you guys, is predictable. It is tracked down to the penny. You can watch it on your dashboard by the day, and it is shared when agents underneath you in those 7 levels have a closing. So when an agent in level 1 has a closing, you get 3.5% of their GCI on that closing dropped into your direct deposit the next month. Anyone on your level 1, you're immediately paid on. But think about this. I'm going to use the name Kathy because I personally know a Kathy that is in her 60s that was working for a Keller Williams team in Charlotte. And I met Kathy at the very first company national event that I went to with eXp. And we were actually rooming together with another really dear friend of mine that introduced me to eXp. So Kathy comes running in between sessions. The meeting that we were having, our conference that fall, actually had fallen on the 22nd of the month, which is the direct deposit day for revenue sharing for all of us. It's like clockwork, shows up in your account. So Shelly, my friend, and I were laying in on the bed, just talking in between sessions. Kathy comes running in the door, spread eagle jumps onto the other bed and is like screaming, ah, so excited. We're like, what is going on? She said, I just got my first revenue share check for $1,500. And she turned around and tears were in her eyes. And she said, you guys don't, and she's a member of Shelly's team, by the way. She said, Shelly, you don't understand. I take care of my mom. I'm 60 something, and I didn't really have a plan for my retirement. So $1,500 this month is huge to me. So anyway, long story short, of course, Kathy is still with that team. She's still with the company. So the opportunity exists for everyone equally across the board. The word opportunity for a team member does not get used very often, right? They have the opportunity to get trained by you, an expert, but they also would have that same opportunity with someone at a RE/MAX team or a Coldwell Banker team, right? So for you to say, not only do you get my expertise and my knowledge, but now you get stock shares in a globally traded company that has grown from 3,000 to almost 40,000 agents we're about to hit now in 3 years. The sky's the limit, guys. We are barely just beginning. We will have 100,000 agents by the end of 2021. Mark my words. So retention is huge. Opportunity for your team members is huge. I want you to remember too, that for you personally and for your team, there are no geographic limits to this exponential income that you can possibly receive. I have been with the company 3 years. I have 14 people in my level 1. I now have people all the way down to level 7, most of whom I don't even know, because someone knew someone in another state or town who knew someone else in another state or town who said, oh my gosh, you have a team, you got to listen to this, or you own an independent company, you've got to listen to this. We have independent companies rolling in with us on a daily basis that can keep their brand. So I'm telling you guys, it is phenomenal. Biggest piece to this puzzle. I want to speak to you as team leaders for just a minute. Give me 2 more minutes and the video's done. Team leaders, have you heard about the ICON program? Really quickly, I'm going to run through this with you because this is where it makes a huge difference, really 2 ways that we make a huge difference for you. Not only in retention, not only do we do all the training for your agents, so we can take a lot of that off of your plate. And not only do your agents get all of this opportunity for growth, revenue share, and stock, just as you do, but here are 2 other big differences for you. The ICON program to me is what has attracted so many top agents across the country. I heard a statistic the other day, and unfortunately, I don't know, I need to verify it, but it came from one of our board of directors. So I believe we have the top 2 producing agents in each of 38 out of the 50 states in the US. And it may be more by now, because that's been about a month or 2 ago that I heard that stat. Why? Why are teams jumping in all over the country and the world now? Here's why. The ICON program is a big reason. Not only do you get all this amazing stock, set you up for retirement, my personal monthly revenue share pays for all of my bills with only 14 people on my level 1, plus putting a ton of it in savings every month. So without naming a number, you can reach out to me personally and find that out. It has truly been life-changing for me, and it's willable to my children. So I have 3 kids. I'm an independent contractor. Saving for my future was a big deal to me. So the ICON program. For those of you that have teams especially, here's what happens. When you reach your cap of $16,000, okay, which of course your team members' production contributes to that, right? When you personally reach your $16,000 cap with EXP, and then you start paying a $250 transaction fee to the company, we do not have that transaction fee prior to you capping, only post-cap. When your post-cap transaction fee equals an additional $5,000 paid into the company. So it's 20 more transactions after you cap if you're not splitting that transaction fee with someone, right? You cap, close 20, EXP hands you back your entire $16,000 cap in company stock. Okay, it is amazing. You get 8,000 of it just for your production. You get an additional 2,000 of it for each of the 2 national events that you attend. We have one in the spring and one in the fall that are each worth another 2,000. If you can't go, then you just don't get the 2,000 for each of those. And then you get another 4,000 for teaching a class in our cloud-based campus, a certain number of classes per year, being part of a charitable committee within the company, something that gives back to the company. So most likely for ICON type agents, those are the things that you're going to do anyway. You're going to go to the events, of course you do your production, and you're going to give things back to the company. Either way, minimum you get back is $8,000. If you say, I don't want to contribute anything and I don't like going to events, fine, then get half of your cap back in stock. So phenomenal, phenomenal program. The second way to reach ICON status is simply by closing 500,000 GCI. Well, that's done by a lot of team leaders across the globe. So ICON program, huge, huge deal. Reach out to me, I can give you more details. One last thing about teams and I'm done. Think about expansion. So I was with Keller Williams for 7 years prior to coming on board with EXP. And one of the big buzzwords at that time, really just kind of starting in the around 2009, 10, 11, was expansion teams, right? They were really pushing expansion teams. Expand your brand to the next city over or the next state or wherever it may be. We put the term expansion team on steroids. What are the setbacks to, if you've looked into doing an expansion team, what are the setbacks everybody runs into? You have to have a physical space, right? Therefore, you would have to have a broker in charge for that space. and you need staff for that space, it's all buy-in, 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 okay? With us, no buy-in. If you want to start a team in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, you find agents there that want to be part of your brand. You offer them all of your tools and services that your team has, plus all of eXp's services and tools. And you say, jump in, let's do this together. And for you, you're working under one cap. So whatever money you personally are generating off of that team from other states and other cities, it's all contributing to one $16,000 cap. It's insane. So that's a quick recap. I know it's a ton of information, just so much good stuff that I couldn't help but share it. Please feel free to reach out to me. I have helped independent companies roll over into eXp. Like I said, I've been here 3 years. Love everything about it. I know the executive leadership. I can help you get connected with leaders within the company or other team members or company owners that have moved over. But I just wanted to take a few minutes today to share. Just so exciting. I just got off of a Zoom call with a team and I thought, you know what, I'm going to do a video about this. So thank you so much for your time today and for watching. There are more videos on my YouTube page that you're welcome to enjoy. And here's my personal cell phone number, guys. It's 843-697-9985. And my email is Meg, M-E-G, at charlestonhomesgroup.com. Reach out to me. Look forward to talking to you, and I hope you've had a wonderful year. Take care, guys.